Hello everyone, my name is Ripley and welcome to my very first video on this channel. On this channel I'm mainly gonna do some Sims content. I like to build, so we're gonna do a lot of building, maybe do some challenges, that kind of stuff. I always really enjoyed building in the Sims, so that is what we're gonna be doing. I have been playing Sims since like the Sims 2. I started when I was like 7. I got it for Christmas and I've been hooked ever since. So this channel is mainly just gonna be some chill building, maybe we throw in some other games. I've been looking at the games like the Tenants and some other stuff. Whatever you guys wanna see, really. We're just gonna do some chill building, creativity, that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, please feel free to subscribe. I would appreciate it if you want to. But yeah, so since this is my very first video, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Ripley, as I said. I'm 22 and I'm from Sweden, from cold, never summer Sweden. It's like May and it's so cold outside and I'm like, why do we live here? It's so cold, it's like the Ice Age. But today we're building a Scandinavian / Swedish inspired home. I usually actually mainly build like modern stuff, but I thought that today we're gonna build something that reminds me a little bit more of home. So that's what we're gonna do. Like for example having a stone wall around the house. I think it's a very like old Swedish thing to do. I don't know, but it's something that my parents have, and I think that this house is quite inspired of my parents' house, with like the stone wall, and kind of like we have like this sunroom on the side of the house that I would imagine would have been like added like a modern addition, even if it is like 20 years old, but like the house would probably be like 100 years old. Like my parents' house was built in like 1875, I think. So it's an old home, and I think the most Scandinavian homes, like the traditional ones, are very old. So that's what we're doing today. I spent a lot of time on this house, like really a lot of time. I think it took me like 10 hours in total, doing like the landscaping, the exterior, the interior, and all that stuff. It took longer than I expected, but it's fine. But I had to cut out a lot of things, so maybe it's gonna jump a little bit back and forth. And I'm using a lot of cats and dog stuff. I think that since we are in Brindleton Bay, I thought that would be fitting. Yeah, and I added some other houses around on the lot. I added a garage and a shed and what do you call it? A gazebo. But yeah, I really enjoy building in Brindleton Bay. I think it's a really pretty word, and I think that is the most like Scandinavian type word. It's not at all like Scandinavian, but it's kind of Nordic, so it kind of has a similar vibe. I did of course also make the house red. I think that red houses with white trims are very stereotypical Swedish house, and that is honestly what most all the houses look like. So I thought I would go with that. Also the roofing that comes with Snow Escape is like perfect. Snow Escape, I did use quite a lot of Snow Escape in this build. I really like that pack, it's so wonderful. I love all the build items, which is really, when a new pack comes out, I really only care about the build items, because I like barely play the Sims, I only build, and I really enjoy building, which is probably why that is gonna be the main focus of this channel. Maybe I'll do some challenges. I could definitely do like a legacy challenge or whatever you guys would want to see, as well as, like I said, playing some other games. But yeah, I was spending like a lot of time on the landscaping. I think it took me like, with the landscaping and doing the exterior of the houses, it took me like 6 hours, I think, in total, more or less. I had to cut out most of the landscaping because I don't know if you guys would be interested. I don't know if you guys would be interested in watching like, I don't know, like 10 minutes of landscaping. But I kept it in some parts just kind of so you could see the progress. I really been enjoying doing landscaping lately. I usually before I never liked landscaping. I was like, oh, I hate that part so much, but I really enjoyed this for this build. I guess I kind of have this kind of like mental block where I only can landscape with debug stuff, even if it is like the exact same stuff that is in like the in-game landscaping. I still just have a really, I guess it's because I feel more limited with the in-game stuff, even if I'm using the exact same stuff that we have. I don't know how to explain it, but I most of the landscaping is debug, but that's fine, right? Yeah, because I just can't landscape with normal stuff, which is strange. I did this outside area. I just randomly started decorating the back for some reason. I guess I was kind of tired of landscaping. But I did a lot of like farming stuff. You can grow a lot of your own stuff if you want to. I had some bee boxes. Like, it's just my sims that are like obsessed with bee boxes, because I don't play a lot. Like I said, I'm in the build. But when I play, my sims always want a bee box, no matter like. Even if they live in an apartment, they're like, I really want a bee box. And I'm like, girl, where are you gonna put that bee box? You can't have one in an apartment. And it's like, I don't know. No matter who they are, no matter their traits or aspiration or anything like that, they always want a bee box. And I'm like, what is your fascination with bee boxes? I don't understand. But moving on to the interior, I actually cut out me doing the layout inside because I had to redo it. Originally I had the kitchen at another place, and this house was a 4-bedroom home. Now it's a 3-bedroom home because I had to change things around. I really didn't like where the kitchen was at first, so I changed the layout, and now I'm just doing the kitchen with the Country Kitchen kit, which I absolutely love. Such a wonderful kit. Which, speaking of the Oasis Courtyard kit, I think it was called, it's coming out very soon, and I'm very excited to play with that as well and build with that. But yeah, like I think that the Country Kitchen kit is very pretty, and it definitely fits into this style of house, that kind of older, traditional Scandinavian / Swedish home. Then I really love this paranormal table. Like, all the stuff in the paranormal pack is just so good. Even if you don't like the ghost aspect of the pack, like the build items is to die for. They are so amazing. I love them so much. I think that they are so usable and like they fit in everywhere, and I love them. It's like one of the best stuff packs for building, I think. At least right now. I know it's very new, it's very fresh, but it's such a lovely pack. I love all the build items so much. And I'm not one to usually use a lot of colors in my build. Like I said, I usually build modern, but I did put in, well, I would consider quite a lot of color for me. Like using that rug, I would usually use like a black and white rug or something, but I used colored rug in the kitchen, and I really think it looked really nice in there. Then moving on to the dining room. I guess that this room is probably not gonna be used that much. You know, usually you have your sims eat at like the breakfast table, but I thought it would be nice to have a dining room, maybe for like Christmas or some special event. You know, we can use the dining room. I also had a fireplace in here. I really enjoyed decorating the fireplace. I put those like picture frames from paranormal stuff on the fireplace, as well as some books and some other like decorational items, as well as put in a bookcase and some stuff in there to fill it out. Then I moved on quite quickly to the living area. I did kind of struggle with the living area for quite a while. I didn't really like the way it turned out. I guess it's kind of like I didn't really have a good wall to put the TV on, just kind of the way it was laid out. But eventually I figured it out, as well as using that cats and dogs share in the corner there, which like the green flowers are god awful, but I kind of like that they are a little bit bad, because I think that, at least in my experience, I think that a lot of Swedish houses is like usually like owned by older people, and I'm not saying that older people don't have style, but you know, it's kind of that old traditional like flower patterned mismatched stuff, and that's kind of what I was going for. Like, I don't mind mismatched stuff in houses. I quite enjoy to have like rugs that might not really go together in a room and stuff like that. But it's all about like, you know, balance. I also added in an office in this room. I also added in an office in this house. I thought that it would be nice to have one. Again, this office could be turned into a 4th bedroom if you wanted to. Definitely don't need to have a separate office in your house. But I thought it would be nice. Maybe you have a sim that needs to have an office for work, or you know, just a quiet space for your sims to use the computer. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's very important to have like a computer in your home. So I thought that an office would be nice. And then I moved on to the sunroom, which I really struggled with a lot as well. It's because I put a cat tree in there. Like, this house is also made so you can have cats or dogs if you want to. But that cat tree was really in my way, but I wasn't gonna move it. I wanted it to be there, and I wanted to make this room more usable. Like, I didn't just want it to be another sitting area. So I added in like a foosball table, a TV, a radio, and even if your sims are not in here that much, at least maybe the cat will. And this is like a sunroom, and I decided to keep the exterior wall on one side because I thought that it's very much inspired from my own, like my parents' house had like that add-on sunroom, where it's been like, that's like the modern edition. It's like maybe made like 20 years ago. But like it's not like isolated or anything, so it's really cold in the winter, but you can be there in the summer. Kind of that vibe. And then like the rest of the house is like 150 years old, you know. Moving on to the kids' bedrooms, I made this first bedroom into like a teen. At least that's what I thought in my head. It's like a teen's room, with some makeup, with some stuff just hanging around, just making it like a little bit older. It could be like a young adult as well, like a teen/young adult. Maybe they're about to turn into a young adult kind of stuff. Then I used this tiny living paintings, which are really lovely. I don't think that dog one actually goes with the flowers, like it's not part of that set, but I thought that I would change it up, put it in for once. Then moving on to the other bedroom, I made this into like a kids/tween bedroom. I put in a lot of toys and stuff. I never really do kids bedrooms, but I thought that I would do it for this one. I think that a lot of people play with families, so maybe it would be nice to have a kids bedroom. Just putting in a lot of toys everywhere, and kind of like the wall, some parenthood, I think. Kind of it's a lot more like kiddie. This room ended up being very blue on accident. But I mean, if you don't like it, you can always change it. It's not that bad. I think it's cute. I also like to use these wall stickers in the kids' bedrooms, and I never really get to use them because I don't do kids' rooms that often. But when I do kids' rooms, I always love putting in those like wall stickers. So moving on to the parents' bedroom, they had quite a big bedroom, but I really made this room like very bright. I like to use a lot of like white and black and just kind of like basic colors. I'm sure you noticed, but I still wanted to keep it in the style. I used that cats and dogs bed, which is very cute, and there's some a sitting area, some stuff. I didn't really do too much in here. I added in a dog bed in here as well. I'll do that later. I think I cut it out, but I realized that I needed some pet stuff because I wanted to keep like, because we are like in Brindle Bay, it's like the cats and dogs pack. I wanted to do it so we had like cats and dogs stuff, but I always kept forgetting, so I always had to go back and add them in. But everything that you need for pets is in this house, so don't worry about that. Moving on to this gazebo, I used a lot of Snow Escape stuff. I got to use that Snow Escape outdoor fireplace, which I think is very pretty, and it really fit in. Then again, moving around a lot. I'm doing the garden area as well. In here it's mainly just decorational, but you have a flower arranging table in here, you have a woodworking table for Sims to gain skill and stuff, I don't know. And I didn't intend to put in a pool at first, but then I thought, well, maybe it would be nice. But I'm just doing the finishing touches now. I'm fencing in this gardening area. I thought that would make it more like, I don't know, more like finished, as well as just adding in some plants. But that is the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe. Like I said, it's my first video, and I will be doing a lot more of this type of content. So if you like that type of stuff, then please consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.